Okay, so today what I did is, after hours of thinking about this and researching on the internet of how to change out or get the cassette off of the existing factory Catrike wheel and transfer it over to my custom wheel with the GMAC 10 motor on it, was that the tool necessary, unless you're a bike shop or a bike shop owner, while the tool is not expensive, about $8 for this particular type of cassette, the access and availability of the tool is limited. In other words, eBay and Amazon, you're looking at least 7 to 8 days delivery time. Locally, if you have a couple of good bike shops, they might stock them for sale. They're made by a couple of different manufacturers. Mainly, the one that I saw was Park Tools, makes a lot of bicycle tools. And I think they make specifically bicycle tools. But those are tools for people that do a lot of service work or a lot of work on their trikes and bikes. You know, if you're in business, then by all means go and spend $300 or $400 on a set of tools because you're going to use them every day. Me, I'm only going to do this once. So therefore, $7 was, I was willing to spend that. But what I did is I called a local bike shop here and talked to the guy, and he said, bring it over, I'll be happy to take it off. He was going to loosen it up for me, which is all I really wanted, because I wanted to do the actual work myself. And he said, oh, no charge, but I gave him $10 to show good faith. It would have cost me at least that $10 to go and find one of these tools at a local store, and you know, the heartache and everything else that goes along with traveling halfway across the world to find something that you that you need. Anyway, be that as it may, what I've learned is the cassette basically is a keyed unit. In other words, it'll only go on this spline one way. And if you look at this spline, it is wider in one place than it is in all the other places. So not to panic if you go ahead and remove it and it doesn't fit. You need to take it apart, which they do come apart, and find the wide end, like right there, and each sprocket fits on that wide piece and then slides right on. Be aware that between the cassette rings there are spacers. So you need to be sure that when you put one on, you make sure that you put the spacer between it. Okay? There's a spacer. Here's the next ring to go on. And I place it on there like this. And it'll only go on one way. See how that slid right in there? And then we put the spacer on. Then we take the next ring right here. Shh. And as usual, it falls on the floor. Now, in this case, it didn't disappear like most of the time. That kind of stuff happens to me all the time. Okay? But the wide ring, come on. They're hard to see, but there. The wide ring slides right on. Put a spacer. Take the next ring. Put it on there. With my poor vision, I can't see all that well while I'm holding this silly camera too. You know, everybody's got to video everything nowadays. Okay, there's the next ring. And don't think that you get it on there right. It'll only go on one way. So if you put it on there and you think it's right and it's not, it'll be cockeyed. And if it's cockeyed, when you go to put the rest of the unit together, you're going to be in big trouble. Okay, so now we got the last two rings that will fit on here. The last two rings. Come on. There we go. There we go. So we're in good shape. Now we got the lock ring to go on there. And this lock ring, you have to be very careful with this lock ring because I think it will cross thread very quickly if you're not careful. So let me go play with this before I screw it up. I'll be back.